Aston Martin Vantage. We are seeing the resurrection of an organization, one that is rising up out of 10 years where its items covered and spilled into each other like layers on a substandard fuel. Achievement depends on separation, making clear sunshine between every column, and that is decisively what's occurring here. Seen any DB11s painted in radioactive lime as of late? Didn't think so. What's more, the Vantage's legitimate dispatch shading is only the start of the progressions that make this the Aston for individuals who appreciate the specialty of driving quick. We know it well, yet that doesn't make its AMG-sourced 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, recalibrated by Aston to create 503 bhp and 505 pounds-foot of torque, any less titillating. Asserted execution, 0-62 miles per hour of every 3.6 seconds and 195 miles per hour level out, is pushing supercar nation. However, then so too is the beginning cost of £120,900, McLaren Senna. It's the second portion of McLaren's Ultimate Series, 5 years after the P1 revised our comprehension of the regular world. Presently it has a name, the McLaren Senna. Striking move, right, naming it after seemingly the world's most noteworthy dashing driver? In any case, when you discover that Bruno Senna, Ayrton's nephew, has been engaged with the improvement, and its statement of purpose is to be the organization's most engaged and viable track auto ever, it fits. Dissimilar to the P1, it isn't a crossover. You'll discover no battery counterweight or e-engines here, only an improvement of the 720S's 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 ended up to 789 bhp and delivering 590 pounds-foot of torque, directed through McLaren's trusty 7-speed twin grass box. These are numbers that are never again startling in the realm of 1,400 bhp plus hypercars. However, when you join that figure with the Senna's over-the-top concentrate on weight and downforce, its strength develops. McLaren claims a dry weight of 1,198 kilograms, 85 kilograms, not exactly the 720S in spite of pressing 79 bhp more. That is 553 bhp per ton for the 720S versus 659 bhp per ton for the Senna, very some jump. Renault Megane RS. The new Renault Sport Megane dispatches with various features. Initially up, it has 4-wheel guiding as standard. No other hot incubate right now offers that. And it comes, in any case, with both of the Megane's frame choices. As dependably with quick Renaults, you've a decision of sport, milder, or cup, harder, suspension setups, the last getting a legitimate differential on the front hub. That is the one you need. You additionally have a decision of gearboxes, with a manual or twin grass auto accessible, both with 6 rates. The last gets enormous, settle doors for when you need to change equip yourself, and with dispatch control it should be the speedier choice, as well. In any case, the manual will no uncertainty be all the more captivating. The motor is a 1.8-liter 4-chamber turbo, much the same as you'll discover in the new Alpine A110 sports auto. Just here it drives the front wheels, and it's all the more intense, as well. For the time being, it produces 276 bhp and 287 pounds-foot, which implies it's just a smidge more strong than the 2.0-liter turbo it replaces. Be that as it may, quick Meganes have dependably been tied in with taking care of new, instead of high-power yields. Ideally nothing's changed here. Ford Fiesta ST. It's the spick-and-span Ford Fiesta Street. Furthermore, comparable however it might look to the auto it replaces, it truly is fresh out of the box, new underneath. Also, it's displaying a significant theory change. The current ST is a heavenly minimal hot hatchback that keeps things straightforward, the turbocharger on its motor the main outstanding gesture to innovation. Its substitution, be that as it may, is unique. Out goes a 1.6-liter 4-barrel motor, supplanted by a 1.5-liter 3-chamber turbo petroleum with 197 bhp and 214 pounds-foot. Heaps of astute stuff like direct fuel infusion and twin autonomous variable cam timing help make the motor extremely proficient, says Ford, and however regardless it drives the front wheels through a manual gearbox. The following huge bit of news concerns driving modes. The active Fiesta ST basically has a dependability control catch. Presently, a drive select framework will permit normal, sport and track modes for the directing, motor, security control and even motor motion, with something many refer to as electronic sound enhancement now fitted as standard. By and large, it's a much more multifaceted auto than the unashamedly old-school ST it replaces. The point, we're told, is for the new Fiesta ST to convey a more extensive interest for an even more extensive scope of auto purchasers. Lamborghini Urus. Greater haggle's styling than its SUV rivals isn't sufficient to gain the Lamborghini identification. For that, the Urus must have a horrible turn of speed, which is the place 641 bhp, 627 pounds-foot of torque, accessible from 2,250 revolutions per minute, 0-62 miles per hour out of 3.6 seconds and 190 miles per hour level up become possibly the most important factor. Before you begin googling angrily, the 707 bhp Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk additionally takes 3.6 seconds, however that is from 0 to 60 miles per hour, and it trails by 10 miles per hour at the best end. That makes the 2.2-ton Urus authoritatively the quickest SUV out there. In all honesty, we'd be annoyed in the event that it wasn't. Where gentle annoying may happen is under the cap. You won't discover a profoundly hung, normally suctioned V10 or V12 on credit from the Huracan or Aventador, however a variant of the 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 from the Bentley Continental GT and Audi RS6, associated with an 8-speed auto and redlining at 6,800 revolutions per minute. In the event that you can get over the way that it will probably woof and roll then bark and scream, it's really a far superior fit for a wilderness romper, offering more torque at bring down RPM. Furthermore, truly, you can take your Urus rough terrain should you wish. Suzuki Swift Sport. It's lighter and more capable than the last auto. We cherish the last auto. The better and brighter one should achieve fascination, on the off chance that it satisfies these specs. Most importantly, it weighs only 970 kilograms. That is a gigantic 80 kilograms sparing versus the last Swift Sport, which as of now felt like it would overwhelm in a solid breeze. In spite of the fact that the updated one's 40mm more extensive, Suzuki says its new stage is the way to removing chub. Not awful going, since the motor has grown a turbocharger. Truly, supplicate quiet for the death of the last normally suctioned hot bring forth. Furthermore, when you eye the specs and see the new Swift Sport's booster jet 1.4-liter turbo motor creates 136 bhp, only 2 bhp more than before, you may feel slightly deceived. Dread not. You needn't bother with more power when the Lodge has more red features than a pair more show. That has got the opportunity to be worth 50 brake torque. Joyfully, torque is presently a thick, Toyota GT86 busting 169 pounds-foot, up by more than 51 pounds-foot, and dispensed drop down the rev go. This lighter, hardier Swift should feel legitimately punchy for a little un. The tech spec list is truly developed. You can have versatile journey control, path takeoff cautioning help, against crash braking and a driver linger alarm. Lazy? In one of these? We question it. The Singer, Williams collaboration. More or less it's one of Singer's re-established 911s swung up to 11, and the result of a community-oriented undertaking with Williams' advanced engineering concentrated on diminishing weight and turning up execution. Not content with working only with a F1 equip, Singer likewise drafted in the absolute most praised engineers from Porsche's previous, a list of big-name test pilots and entrusted its brakes, tires, wheels, gearbox and suspension providers with increasing their amusement in like manner. The motor is a Porsche 4-valve, 4-camshaft, normally suction, 493 bhp, air-cooled level 6, revving to 9,000 revolutions per minute and planned as a team with none other than Hans Mezger. Our hairs are remaining to consideration as simply its prospect. A lightweight 6-speed manual created by Hewland and left with an entrancing uncovered linkage, send all that energy to the back tires, bespoke Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s. Lighter suspension parts with changed geometry and bespoke damping by XTC up the cornering execution, while 18-inch produced magnesium BBS Hagel's carbon composite Brembo brakes strip valuable kilos, and look appropriately obscene. Truth be told, the weight drops to as meager as 990 kilograms, and energy-to-weight proportion moving toward 500 bhp for every ton. Alpine A110. The Alpine A110 does things another way. Regardless of whether that exacerbates it preferable or over a Porsche Cayman relies upon your needs and point of view. In any case, in a general sense it's a dynamite auto, a veritable example of lightweight that influences you to scrutinize the cases of relatively every firm that says they construct light autos. It handles troublesome streets with unflappable balance and nimbleness. It's a non-debilitating games auto that demonstrates that you can alter the course towards greater wheels, greater brakes, more power and more weight and still have an able and energizing games auto. There's very little that streams crosswise over nation with so little exertion, thus little vitality used. Will it be a win? We genuinely trust along these lines. However, over that we trust it will be powerful, will demonstrate different marks that nothing's changed and weight-sparing still issues and can be accomplished. As we set out on the time of electric autos with their overwhelming battery packs, that appears to be inquisitively essential. The Rolls-Royce SUV. It's not simply Lamborghini disquieting the idealists with a butch new SUV, which we hope to appear to be very unique to the old Phantom-based advancement donkey, above. Rolls-Royce is passed on pioneers and swashbucklers like Lawrence of Arabia over the immeasurability of unexplored deserts and over mountain ranges. Rolls says, "We are making an engine auto in the best customs of our mark." It has guaranteed an auto that is as much about the spearheading, audacious soul of Charles Rolls as it is about Sir Henry Royce's commitment to designing and development. But past such sentimentalism, we can expect the poshest SUV around, an enchantment cover ride and selectiveness by the base and stack. BMW M8. BMW is coming back to Le Mans, and it's doing as such with a dashing form of the new 8 Series Roadster. All the more particularly, the M Division's M8 variant. Furthermore, this is it. We've had looks of the M8 GT in testing sometime recently, however never so short en masse. And additionally demonstrating to us what the race auto will appear as though. It likewise gives us a decent take a gander at the street-going M8, as well. We presume its curves won't be as wide, nor its air as wild. Be that as it may, there's a trace of the hostility we can expect over the svelte 8 Series car. Power for both street and race auto is probably going to originate from a turbocharged V8 motor.